everyone. Welcome to today's wonderful webinar on Coast Mountain College, MSM Agent E-Training 2021 Live. I see lots of attendees in process of joining in, hoping that all of you are safe and healthy wherever you are attending this Agent Training session. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all parts from the world. I would like to thank you for taking time out and being here with today with us. I'm Sudeep Gosai. I will be moderator for today's webinar. And those who don't know me, I am country manager for Nepal at Coast Mountain College. I'm delighted and pleased to introduce today's presenter, Jessica Scarf, International Student Recruitment Coordinator at Coast Mountain College. And I also have my colleague, Satish Kumar, who is Senior Manager, and Vivek Sharma, a Marketing Manager for CMTN. Before I hand over to Mike to Jessica and my team, so I would like to run through some housekeeping requirements that needed for today's presentation in the Zoom platform. So what is the agenda for today's webinar? First of all, you are hearing the comprehensive presentation of Coast Mountain College. Then we will be taking a question answer during the sessions, and we will be answering your questions at the end of the session. Please drop your question in the Q&A sessions in the control panel. For those who just joined in, so welcome to today's webinar on CMTN and MSM E-Summit 2021 Live. So without any further delay, I would like to kickstart of thinking of welcome to our International Recruitment Manager, Coordinator, Jessica. Jessica, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having me and joining us today. So today our presentation is going to focus on our early childhood program, but I will mention a few other programs that we also offer to international students. I'm just going to take a minute to share my screen. Okay, sorry, start at the top here. Okay, so as I mentioned, today's presentation will focus on our Early Childhood Care and Education Program, or ECCE. And this is a picture of our beautiful Terrace Campus in the fall season. So you can see the leaves begin to change. It's quite beautiful here right now. It's summertime and it's quite warm. So really sunny, and we're happy to have some sun and some heat today. So this is just a map of where we are located. So today our presentation will focus on the Terrace Campus, as that is the campus that we offer the Early Childhood Care and Education Program. But we do have campuses in Prince Rupert and Smithers as well. So as you can see, Vancouver is down here, and we are up here in the northwest region of British Columbia. It's about a 1.5 hour flight from Vancouver. If you wanted to drive from Vancouver, it would probably take you about 18 hours, but the flight is really quick and short. So our Terrace Campus region, we have housing on campus. We're actually currently building brand new dormitories right now, which are going to be complete for this fall. You can check out our Facebook page or our Instagram page for some photos. I do have a rendering that you'll see later, but it's going to be very, very beautiful. We also have a full service cafeteria on campus and a really fantastic fitness facility, which is free for students. We have a 30-acre campus, so it's a pretty large campus with many buildings, and we've been slowly upgrading every building since 2015. We have a community longhouse on campus, which students use to gather and hang out. There's a kitchen in there as well. Our dorms do have kitchens as well, but some of our students who may not live in the dorms sometimes will use the kitchen in the longhouse. Our cafeteria, as well as our cafe that we have, do have microwaves on campus as well. So students who don't live in the dorms are welcome to bring a lunch as well. You don't have to purchase food from the cafeteria. But the cafeteria that is on campus is very cheap for students. Students can eat for as little as $5 a day, and you get a lovely meal. We have a cooking program on campus, and they cook for our students, which is really great. We have 2 full-service computer labs and plenty of student study spaces. And then in the Terrace region, we do offer a world-class ski hill. We have mountain biking, fishing, hiking, really beautiful rivers and lakes. So lots of kayaking and canoeing happens around. So we have a very beautiful region that we live in. You'll see some pictures, but definitely feel free to check out Northwest BC if you're looking to Google what our region looks like. Lots of mountains, lots of open space, lots of trees. So it's very beautiful and green here. We have a booming economy right now in Terrace, and there's lots of employment opportunities. I'll focus a little bit on that with our early childhood education as well, but our students have had no issues finding employment after they finish their programs, and whether that's in retail sector or the restaurant business, or if they wanted to get other jobs, they've been very successful. Terrace experiences all 4 seasons, so that's something that international students do need to be aware of. We get a lot of snow in the winter, and we get some really great sunny days in the summer, and we have a chillier spring, but it's really beautiful to experience all 4 seasons here in Canada. So these are just some photos of beautiful Northwest British Columbia. This is taken from a mountain, a hiking trail that we have called Terrace Mountain. It's a very popular hike that our students do. It's about an hour up down, so it's not very long, but gives you some really spectacular views. This is winter in Terrace. So again, this is the Terrace Campus. So this is our main building here. Then we have our trades building over here where our cafe is. Behind these trees here is our cafeteria. This is a picture of the Terrace city. So as you can see, we have mountains. It's a little blurry. I apologize for that. And some really excellent trees, just some beautiful spots. This is our ski hill here. This is our trades building. We call it the Cedar Building. This is it lit up in the evening. So why would you want to choose Coast Mountain College? Well, all of our campuses are located in safe, small, but yet multicultural communities. We offer experiential learning with small class sizes for a personalized education experience. As I said, Northwest BC experiences all 4 seasons and provides international students with a unique Canadian experience. We have student engagement activities and events on campus all year round. Even throughout COVID, we have been doing our events virtually, but we are really looking forward to having our student engagement events face-to-face in the fall. We offer a student services and recruitment team that are here to guide students for every step of the way. So whether you're a prospective student or a current student, or you're a graduating student, our team members are here to help you throughout your journey at Coast Mountain College. So the presentation, as I said, will focus on our early childhood care and education diploma today. So it is a 2-year diploma program. It prepares students with the necessary skills to be provincially certified as an ECE educator in British Columbia. So once you complete the program, there is a process through the regulatory body that you would fill out a form, and you submit your diploma from Coast Mountain College, and you become certified in BC to work at qualified early childhood education centers. We bring theory to life through experiential and place-based learning. And what we mean by that is actually throughout your journey in the program, you'll actually be working in a daycare as part of your experience. It is an unpaid practicum is what we call it, but it is a work experience, and it is a part of your education. So you cannot complete the program until you've completed a certain amount of hours in the work experience. So you'll really get to see what it's like to work in a daycare in British Columbia. These are the courses that are offered. These numbers beside are just the credits of the course. They just stand for how many hours the course is. So for 3 credits, each course is 90 hours, and they run throughout the whole semester. And then our work experience, we call it field placement. So when you see field placement, that means that you're going to be working in a daycare, and each time you would be in a different daycare. So sometimes you might be in actually even in a different community. If you are one of the students that does have access to transportation, you might get moved around to different communities around our area. So you really get to get a sense of different types of daycares, because we do offer several different kinds. So I'm not going to read through the courses, but these are the ones that you get to take. As you can see, there's a lot of different ones that you would get to take. This is what our year 2 classes are. So for our intakes, we offer year 1, this year will be September this year, 2021. And then the next intake after that will be in September 2023. This is offered every 2 years, this program. So these are the admission requirements. So we do like our students to be high school graduates in your home country. But if you're not a high school graduate, we do accept what we call mature student status, which is over the age of 19 for students who may not graduated high school. We do like English 12 for our students to have, which an IELTS score, which I believe is no less than a 6.0. And we accept a lot of other English alternatives as well. We accept TOEFL, Duolingo, the PTEA. So lots of different options if you don't have your IELTS. But that's typically the level that we expect students to have. You do need to go under a criminal record check. So students actually need to provide this from their home country as well. Our admissions team will help you with that. We do ask students to provide 2 letters of reference confirming suitability for working with young children. So these letters of reference can be from high school teachers, they can be from employers in your home country, they can be pretty much from anybody. We prefer them not to be immediate family members, but you can get a family friend, just somebody who can say that yes, they think that you would be really great at working with young children. We do ask for an up-to-date resume. This is just simply to look at your work history. What you have as your work history does not affect your application or your admission status. It's just a part of the requirements. We do ask students to get proof of immunization records. So again, our admissions team will help you with that. And the reason for this is because you're going to be working with vulnerable young children in the daycares. So it is important that you have your vaccinations up to date. So comprehensive written statement, 500 to 800 words. So this sounds a little scary to a lot of our students. This is basically just, again, a written statement that says why you want to work with young children. If you have experience currently working with young children, that's great to put in there. But if you don't have experience, again, it's not going to affect your admissions status. But we want to hear why you want to take this program and why you think working with young children is your career path. So if you have young children in your family, you have nieces or nephews, or you are a parent yourself, you can talk about that. You can say that you're a parent or that you're an aunt or an uncle, and that this has always just made you want to be working as an early childhood educator. It really does not matter what you say. We just want to know that you're taking this program for the right reasons and that you understand that you're going to be working with very vulnerable children and that you need to be prepared for that. So we do offer conditional acceptance for this program, and students must write a letter explaining why they need this conditional acceptance, even though they have outstanding requirements. So again, our admissions team will help you with this. So program fees. So the tuition total per year is $13,509.27 Canadian. And the program total, which includes books and supplies and the practicum costs, is $16,509.27, again, Canadian dollars. So this is per year, okay? So for career opportunities, early childhood educators are in high demand. Sorry, I'm just gonna move this, in BC and the rest of Canada. BC's 2025 Labor Market Outlook report ranks early childhood educators in the top 15 careers with greatest job openings in British Columbia. So that means we need a lot of you. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that too. Early childhood graduates have the opportunity to find employment in a variety of settings. Group daycares for children between birth and 12 years, in-home small group or family childcare. So that means once you're certified, you can open your own daycare in your home. There are a lot of requirements that you have to go to in order to do that, but it is something you can do once you are a certified professional. You can work in preschools. We have programs in BC such as Aboriginal Head Starts. These are for First Nations children. We have school districts with programs called Strong Start, which are usually early in the morning, and they're for parents to bring their young children just to have somewhere to go play. It's the age before they reach preschool. So usually it's about 0 to 3. We have supported child development centers and Aboriginal infant development and family resource centers. So lots of variety of places to work. You can also utilize your early childhood education to obtain employment as an education assistant in Northern BC. So in kindergartens and grade 1 classes. Municipal parks and recreation recruit the education assistants and early childhood care educators for children's programs, as well as community services such as transition homes and children who witness abuse programs and respite care and homes and services. So again, a wide variety of places that you can work. So as I mentioned, we have a need in BC. So right now, actually, we're investing over $1 billion in the sector to enhance wages for workers, create new childcare spaces, and move toward universal childcare options for single and low-income families. So the provincial government is giving us $136 million, and federal government is giving us $16.3 million. So over $1 billion is going to be invested in British Columbia to really address our need for early childhood education. In 2018, the average wage for early childhood workers were $18 an hour, but now it's increased to around $20 to $25 an hour for eligible qualified ECCE workers. So depending on the business, you'll be earning between $20 and $25 an hour, and more increases are likely to come. BC alone needs an additional 12,000 early childhood educators over the next 10 years. We are looking to create more than 22,000 childcare spaces across British Columbia over the next 3 years. So not only in Terrace is there a need, there's a need all over our province. So I just have a quick little video to show. This is our last year's early childhood education program taking a little field trip. It's only 33 seconds long, so it's really, really short.
There is a huge demand right now for certified early childhood educators everywhere, not just in Terrace and our community. We're talking globally. So once you have come through our program, you will be hired, guaranteed. So you are guaranteed a job.
So as you can see, you get to go out in the community quite often with that program. And that was one of our instructors just letting our students know that you will have a job once you complete this program. You'll have no problem getting a job anywhere in BC or anywhere in Canada, really. But the program prepares you to be certified in British Columbia. There are different things that you might need to do to be certified in other parts of Canada. So I do have some additional resources here. We do have international overview programs can be found at this link. Again, for our information on acceptable English language alternative scores, we do have that link here. We have our program guides and reports online as well that you can use to give this to prospective students. And we do have downloadable PDFs available on every program page. So if we don't have exactly what you're looking for in our program guides and reports, you can actually go to each program page to look at the downloadable PDF, which will print off everything that is on our web page. So I'll show you that in a minute. And should you require additional resources, including logos, program brochures, you can contact myself, and I can provide you with those things if you are wanting to create your own presentations or your own brochures. So this is a photo I mentioned earlier of our student housing. So this is what the outside is going to look like. This is just a rendering, but we should have some real photos for you really soon. The grand opening is in August, so coming up pretty quick here. So we do offer several student supports on campus. We have educational advisors. We have an international advisor to really help our students planning on how to get here, especially with COVID. She's been an integral part in helping our prospective students get to Canada safely. We have learning specialists on campus who help students with their homework, or if they're having any trouble in classes. We have accessibility coordinators who are there to really help any students who have any physical or maybe a mental disability and they require some additional assistance or accommodations to be made. We have counseling services on campus. It's actually an app that students can use, and it is in multiple languages, which is really fantastic for our international students. And if they want to see a face-to-face counselor, the app does direct them to resources in their community. We have a student union on campus, which is there to support the students as well as provide a few jobs on campus as well. We have a Leaders in Action and Student Ambassadors program, which students can join. It is a volunteer program, it's not paid, but they get a lot of really great experience and they get to meet a lot of students. We do have other opportunities for campus for employment. We have a few international students who have worked in our bookstore as well as in our cafe. A few students have even gotten jobs at our front desk, on-call or part-time jobs. Those are, a little hard to get. We're a small college, so we don't employ a ton of people, but there are opportunities. There's also summer opportunities for students who are interested in doing facilities work. So lawn maintenance, planting flowers, painting, that kind of thing. As I mentioned, new housing being built for fall 2021, so coming very soon. This is our community longhouse that I mentioned earlier. And of course, I can't do any presentation these days without having COVID-19 updates. So things for you to note, to tell prospective students: some programs will be face-to-face in fall 2021. Some programs will have an online option. Most programs will combine both face-to-face and online options. So if your students are not able to come for September, there may be options for them to do online options. For January, we really are hoping that we're going to be 100% face-to-face, but only time will tell. For ECCE, there will be a face-to-face component. So students will be able to begin the program online if their visa is taking longer than they anticipated, but eventually they will have to be in Canada for this program. They need to be here for the practicum, the work experience aspect of the program. So I think they have a couple of months into the first semester. So that's something they'll have to work out with their admissions team and their instructor. So students are required to inform our international advisor before making their travel plans to come to Canada. Students must take a negative COVID test 72 hours prior to departure from their home country, and then again upon arrival in Canada. They still must quarantine even if they receive a negative result. 3 days of that quarantine must be spent in a government-approved hotel in Vancouver. The cost will be paid by the student. The remainder 11 days must be spent in Vancouver in a private residence or hotel at the student's choice. So they can stay in an Airbnb, or they can even stay with a family member if they want to, but they have to be able to privately quarantine. So they have to have a private room that they can stay in and not be mingling about with the rest of the house. This is a Coast Mountain College requirement. This is not a BC requirement, but it is our requirement that students complete the full 14-day quarantine in Vancouver, and they do not travel to Terrace until their quarantine is complete. CMTN students cannot continue travel to Terrace until it's done. Students can no longer fly into Prince Rupert. This is a COVID-19 problem. The flights to Prince Rupert were canceled by Air Canada a couple of months ago. We're hoping that these come back once things start to get back into full swing, but they have not come back yet. So students applying for the campus in Prince Rupert must fly into Terrace. This does not affect any students applying for early childhood education because, as I mentioned, that program is only available in Terrace. It is recommended that students travel no earlier than 4 weeks before their program start date, or they will be at risk of entry denial by Canadian Border Services. We've had students that have tried to come earlier. Some have made it into the country, some have been turned away. So it's very important, again, that they connect with our international advisor. She will tell them all of this and she will plan with them. Students need to ensure they understand the airline requirements for travel. Each airline has different requirements, and Coast Mountain College can't be aware of all of the requirements for every airline. They need to just make sure that they have the proper documents before travel. And it's not up to us to provide those documents. We will provide their confirmation of enrollment letter, and we can provide a letter of support if they are traveling 4 weeks before the program start. If they're traveling any earlier than 4 weeks, we will not provide a letter of support for travel. They don't need a letter of support to enter the country, but it does seem to help. So again, Coast Mountain College is not going to be responsible for providing additional documents that the airline needs. That's up to the student. Fully vaccinated students may be eligible to bypass quarantine restrictions, depending on the type of vaccine that they received. Vaccinated students must still plan their trip with our international advisor. So currently, we have an International Student Entrance Award right now, and applicable programs do include the Early Childhood Education Program, our Applied Coastal Ecology Program, our Associate of Arts and Science programs, and our Engineering Certificate. We have 30 $1,500 Canadian awards available. It is on a first come, first serve basis. Application deadline is October 15th, and the student must be in Canada by January 2022. The reason for this is because of the amount of money that it is. The student actually needs to have a social insurance number, a SIN number, in order to receive the funds from us. So more information is available now actually on our website, and MSM has the brochure as well as the link to the website. So please feel free to reach out to myself or the team if you have any further questions on this. Again, these are for students who are applying for fall 2021 programs. These are not for students that are applying for January 2022 programs, and business is not included in there, as you can see, because we have no need to provide those students with entrance awards because it's such a popular program. We're trying to use these awards to boost our enrollment in our lower enrolled programs. So how students can apply. So if they're interested, they can email india@coastmountaincollege.ca to get our Indian representative. There is a $100 Canadian application fee, but a waiver may be available through MSM if you reach out. Students are required to pay a $7,000 Canadian deposit in order to receive a letter of acceptance from our admissions team. Remainder of the first year of tuition is due to the prior to the start of their program. Documents can be sent to admissions@coastmountaincollege.ca. Please allow 10 business days for processing. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. That video that I showed you earlier is on our YouTube, as well as many other videos. We do have a campus tour video as well on our YouTube that you can feel free to share on whatever channels you offer for your students. And then we do have a Twitter as well. So yeah, if you follow us at any of those, you'll stay up to date on Coast Mountain College news and happenings, programs, all of those. This is my contact information. I do have a WhatsApp, and then this is my email up here. We do have a general international inbox as well. And then we have our in-country representative, Niti, and she can be reached at the india@coastmountaincollege.ca address. And that's everything I have for you today. And I believe now we're going to do some questions. Thank you so much for coming and joining us this evening and listening to me talk for half an hour. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessica, for wonderful presentation and the very informative presentation. Attendees, I would like to request you, please feel free to ask your question in a Q&A session so that we can answer your question. We can pick it and we can answer your all of question. So we have, Jessica, we have already a couple of questions here. So is this course still available for September intake?
Yes, it is. This program has not closed for fall 2021. It is still open and we are still accepting applications.
Right, great. So student can, so is there any deadlines for that?
No, we don't have any deadlines actually for admission. We continue accepting applications until the program fills up. That date changes every single year, so that's why we don't have any firm deadlines in place. We just encourage students to apply as soon as possible. Once they know that that's the program they want to take, they should apply.
Right. This is quite similar question. So please, I want to know about the admission still open for fall year 2021. Yeah, it's the same question. So guys, here I would like to request you all attendees, please do write your question in a Q&A session so we can answer your question, right? So in the meantime, so we have senior manager Satish there. Satish, so are you going to add, like, can you please add some for information regarding CMTN to our attendees? So in the meantime, so we will wait for like a couple of minutes for the question, right? So in the meantime, so you can add some things about the Coast Mountain College.
Yes, obviously. CMTN is one of the best, college we have as of now in India, who is doing pretty good business for, in Canada. So I will still say, in case we can get some more applications for courses, what we are just promoting with the international scholarship programs we have for initial, that's a 30 in number. But yes, in case you can get some more applications also, that'd be really great. Because as of now, ECC, as globally also doing very well. So if we, as she mentioned, British Columbia is offering too much of, bursaries and opportunities to the students in entire Canada. I think it's a right time, to go with the flow. When Canada needs you, you need to be prepared. And once you get prepared, you have the opportunities to build a career ahead. So I would still say, this right time, get enrolled, get in the course, study more on ECC, get yourself registered, and be a part of Canada, journey. You will be, as you're having a bright future ahead with ECC. Government is trying too hard. Everything is available there in Canada now, and CMTN is providing the right opportunity with the scholarship. It's a really good time.
Thank you, Satish. So we have some questions already there. So can you, could you please inform how many hours of students should attend the class?
Yeah, so definitely students are expected to attend all classes all the time. Of course, that is up to the individual student. We have lots of students that don't attend all classes and can still pass. But in order for you to do your best, it is important for you to be in class all the time. As I said, each class that is offered is 90 hours over the semester. So between September to December, those classes are 90 hours, which roughly translate to 3 hours weekly classes. And it is expected that you attend each, 3-hour class that you have every week. You'll probably be taking about 5 classes a semester. So that's 15 hours a week that you should be in class.
Right. Okay. So what if the student took admission for September 2021 and intake, and he didn't get visa for by the time? So will the college provide the students defer later?
Yes, for students who have not been able to get their visa in time, or they start classes and then they get denied their visa, we will allow them to defer, or we will provide them a refund even after classes have started. We've had this rule in place since COVID has begun, because we've had issues with visas taking longer than normal. So we will keep that policy in place for September.
All right, thank you. So can student apply without math score in year 12?
Yes, there's no math needed for this program.
Wow, great. So what is the success of study permit application from Nigeria for this program? So it's from African country.
Yeah, I don't know that off the top of my head. I don't know if the program affects study permit applications or not. We've had several international students take this program from the Philippines, Africa, and India. So it's definitely been something that students have been able to do, but I have no idea, as I'm not IRCC certified, I have no idea if this program affects study permit applications.
Right. Okay, I think we have already covered this question. What is the minimum academic requirements for this program?
So the only academic requirement is the English 12 requirement, which, as I mentioned, is an IELTS 6.0. The other requirements are not academic, but they are, you know, the resume, the written statement, having your immunizations completed. But the only academic requirement is that you are a high school graduate, you've completed high school in your home country, and that you do have English proficiency.
Right. Do CMTN accept agent change?
Yes, we do have a way for students to change their agent, but what students need to be aware of is that only the agent that we have listed for the student when the student applies will receive commission. So if the student changes their agent halfway through the semester or after they've already applied, that new agent will not receive commission. Only the agent that was your agent at the time of application will receive commission. So typically, once students and agents know that, they're not too happy to continue the change. But we do have a process in place for that. When students apply, they will be applying through an online platform called Education Planner BC. And there is a section on that application form in which you put your agent's name and your agency and the email of your agent. So you're more than happy to leave that blank at the time of application if you don't have an agent or if you're not sure. And then you can add an agent later, and that agent will receive commission. But it is very important for you to fill out that form and put that agent information in if you have an agent at the time of application.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so where can find or if you know the particular vaccination required for the student?
Yeah, so it is in line with what we call British Columbia's immunization plan. So that is your TB, which is I can't say it, but TB vaccinations. You do have to have MMR, which is measles, mumps, rubella. And I believe there are hepatitis requirements as well. I can't name all of them off the top of my head, but they're just vaccinations that you receive from birth in British Columbia. So definitely that's something that our admissions team can provide you.
Jessica, you are on mute.
Oh yeah, sir. No, I was finished speaking. Just our admissions team can help provide you with the list that you would actually need to have. As I said, you need to meet BC's immunization requirements. So those are provincial British Columbia immunization requirements.
Right. Thank you. Is that work in teaching required to apply this course?
No, as I mentioned
So,
during the presentation, you don't have to have any experience in teaching or working with young children to take the program, but we do need you to submit a written statement which outlines why you want to take this program. So if teaching has always been something that you've been interested in doing, that's definitely something that you can say in your written statement. But no, if there's no requirement to have teaching background or working with young children background in order to be admitted into this program.
right. Thank you. Person with having experience in school administration can apply for this course.
Yes, absolutely. As long as you meet the other requirements, such as high school graduation, and you meet the English proficiency, your past work experience is not going to affect you. And the fact that you worked in the school system would actually benefit you. So that's something that you can mention in your written statement.
Right. Thank you. So what will be the class start date?
So the classes start after the Labor Day holiday in September, which I believe is September 6th. I'm just going to have a look here at the calendar. So the 6th is the holiday. So September 7th will be the first day of classes for fall 2021.
All right. Thank you. So all I would like to request all attendees, please write down your question in Q&A session and not in chat box. So it's easy to pick the questions from Q&A sessions. So still I'm seeing like few of questions in chat box. Could you please share a little more about the placement?
Sure. Yeah. So as I mentioned, there's going to be 2 field placements per semester. So altogether, that's probably going to be 4 after the end of your 2 years. So it's going to be up to the program coordinator about where our students place. So it's hard for me to say exactly where you will go. And it all depends. Each year we have different daycares that sign up to receive students. So it changes all the time. But as mentioned in the presentation, you could end up working in a kindergarten or grade 1 class. You could be in a preschool, or you could be in a daycare, or you could be in an Aboriginal infant center. So it really will depend on what we have available at the time. And your program coordinator will divide up the placements among the students when the time comes. I believe your first practicum will be in November of this year. And then you'll have another one in the winter, and then you'll have 2 more in your second year.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. So what about the gap after the year 12? So are we accepting like a gap?
Yes, that there's no effect on admission status whether you have a gap in your education history. That's totally okay.
Okay, great. So detailed information about the deadlines and refund. So detailed information, some attendees are
Yeah.
asking for.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we have no application deadlines, but what we are doing during COVID for students who may not receive their visa in time, or they find out after they've started the program that they're getting denied a visa and they won't be able to come to Canada, we are providing refunds for those students. So all the student has to do is send a copy of their visa denial letter to our admissions team, and we will process a refund. This is happening before grades are issued. So if you complete the full first semester of the program and we issue grades, we will not be providing refunds at that point. But until grades are issued, we will refund any students who have visa denials or who do not hear back in time for the program to start. Many of our students, if they don't hear back by mid-August, they have already made a decision to either defer or to withdraw their application. And for those students, you will receive a refund. And then again, even if you start the program, as long as your grades have not been issued, we will be providing refunds for students who are denied their visa.
Right. Thank you so much, Jessica. I guess we have answered all of question. Mm, right. So I can't say I didn't say any more question. All right. Anyway, so I think we have finished with the questions and answer. So thank you, Jessica, for lovely information. So can you put down your like signing off the final words to our attendees who is attending from like India, Nepal, African countries, like many parts of the world. So can you put some final words to our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to the MSM team or myself. You have my email or my WhatsApp. We're available to assist you if you have any questions later on. And this is a really great program. As I said, for international students, you will have no problem finding employment if you complete this program with us. And yeah, we're still accepting applications for September, and we're happy to assist you in completing those requirements. So again, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to meet all of you.
Wow. Thank you, Jessica. And we have Satish, who is a senior manager for the Canada. So Satish, so do you want to put sort of final words to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So as Jessica mentioned, I would really take this an opportunity and I will, request you all. So in case you have any student who is really prospecting and looking after ECC, post registration, you should do it right away because we have our all the I think as of now all the scholarship program amount numbers ready. So we are still having 30 scholarships available with us, so it's the right time. And as our faculty is also mentioning that it's a job radio program. I have not seen anyone who is really saying it so bluntly that yes, we are offering jobs 100%. So it is a job radio program, and entire British Columbia is offering so much of again fundings in it. So I would really request again and ask you that in case you have any student or any assessments to offer, you can share it with us. We'll be more than happy to help. And in case we can do anything more to do, please do let us know. Our admission partner details are there on email also. We'll be sharing you a separate email. Will be a will be a feedback and a thanking email to you all. In case you still have some more queries, you can do let us know there. We'll be more than happy to help you and answer the queries there. So thank you once again. Thank you for joining.
All right. Thank you so much, Vivek. So you wanna ask? I mean, you wanna say some final words to our audience? I mean, our agents.
Yes, sure. Like this session was very informative for all the agents because lots of agents from India have lots of like question and queries about this program, early childhood care and education. So I hope today's webinar like elaborate each and everything from root of like this program. So hope like you will get benefit of this session. You all, if you have any kind of question queries that you have, you can email on india@coastmountaincollege.ca, or you can share your queries with me also. Like my email ID is already with you. So I hope this will be like a very beneficial kind of webinar. So that's okay.
Right. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Satish. Thank you, Jessica. And so we are at MSM. We are super excited to introduce to our agents eSummit 2021 and 2022 live. I would like to request you follow on our Facebook, Instagram, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube platforms to stay updated our upcoming programs. And please do log in for the more update about M Square Media. That is www.msquaremedia.com for the updated events. Right. Thank you so much for participating today. So hope you to see you again with the next sessions. So we have another sessions in a few couple of days back. Right. So thank you for all of you guys for attending, and thank you our panelists, our technician team, and stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your lovable people. Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye bye.